Of course, to a man like me who has no interest in politics, it beats me why the politician would even meet up with Kim in the first place, but it is what it is. What's up, Scouters? So for the past few weeks now, this Nth Room issue has been the main topic for every media source of Korean news. And by this point, if you still don't know what this Nth Room issue is about, check out my previous video where I briefly explain it to you guys. So, before we get into the main deal, let me give you a quick update on the situation. First of all, there was some information going around the internet about last week saying that Jo Joo-bin, the main culprit behind this entire situation, has been sentenced to just a few years of prison time. But this is obviously completely not true. Like I always say, the entire investigation/trial process takes a very long time, especially for cases like this. Not to mention that his investigation process is probably not going all too well, seeing as how his previous lawyer straight up just quit during the investigation process. So he had to go through 3 police investigations without a lawyer. After looking around for a while though, I think he finally managed to hire a lawyer, but the point is this is all still under investigation. And I think the police is actually trying really hard to get to the bottom of this, and recently they managed to reveal that one of the main culprits who helped Jo Joo-bin manage this Telegram cartel is a soldier doing his mandatory service. And naturally he has also gone under investigation, most likely conducted by the military police of his division, which is probably a very unfavorable situation for him. Which I mean is good for people like us who want harsh punishments for these people who are running these Telegram cartels. And it's also really good that the police is getting their hands on the identities of these people who were involved in this chat room. And I hope everyone who was involved will get the punishments they deserve. But unfortunately, this case seems to be hurting some innocent people as well. And this story is kind of unfortunate and funny at the same time, but when the Korean police decided to reveal Cho's identity, he happened to be wearing a Fila sweater. Now, Fila is a Korean sportswear brand that you guys are probably kind of familiar with, but at least in Korea has a huge consumer loyalty from teenage consumers. But with this Nth Room incident, which involved a lot of teenager victims, Fila is basically begging the press to blur out their logos on the pictures of Cho. Anyways, enough with the general updates about the situation, let's move on to the main course. So the main news right now seems to be that the self-proclaimed whistleblower of the Burning Sun situation, Sang Kyo, has announced that he is now going after the Nth Room situation. Now, just with this tip of the iceberg news, it's probably confusing to you why Kim is now going after this Nth Room situation at all, and whether he has changed his career path into becoming a private investigator. And I mean, for those of you who have been following the Burning Sun case, you guys probably have a formulated opinion about this man, but whether you support this man or not, I'm sure this is a logical question you guys are probably asking yourself. So, I went ahead and looked into what was happening. Now, I'm gonna warn you beforehand that this can get a little bit confusing because certain politicians and political parties are going to be mentioned. So stay focused, guys. Oh, and before we get into it, let me remind you again that I don't have a political stance and that I'm basically reading what Sang Kyo is claiming. So first, let's go all the way back in time, back when this entire Nth Room issue wasn't even publicized yet and when the Burning Sun scandal was still the hottest topic in Korea. According to Kim, when the Burning Sun scandal was at its peak, he was contacted by an online left-wing personality/journalist with the message that a left-wing congressman wants to meet him in person. Kim accepts this offer, and when they got to meet up, this congressman apparently showed Kim a picture of a nephew of Choi Sun-sil and asked if he was beat up at the club by this pictured person. Now, to help your understanding here, Choi Sun-sil is the prime person of interest in the 2016 South Korean presidential scandal involving her influence over the then president Park Geun-hye. Now, this was a huge case in Korea's modern history and it eventually led to the president getting impeached and removed from office, and both Choi Sun-sil and the president being locked up in prison. Now, President Park was a right-wing politician, so this presidential scandal naturally formed a huge distrust of the Conservative Party amongst the general public, and consequently helped the current left-wing president win the next election with the biggest vote gap in Korean history. Now, going back to the main topic, according to Sang Kyo's claim, the congressman kept telling him that the Burning Sun case must be tied with Choi Sun-sil and become the second boom in the presidential scandal of 2016. So, at this point, what this implies is that if Kim's claims are all true, and only if Kim's claims are all true, this obviously means that the congressman was most likely trying to link this Burning Sun case and use it to gain more support from the general public. As a reply to the claim, the congressman denied the claim, saying that it was true that they met up, but he only asked about Choi Soon-sil's nephew to check, and that the part about him forcing Kim to testify that he was beat up by Choi's nephew was all just a novel Kim was writing. And I mean, if everything Kim's claiming is true, something really crazy is happening right now, but there just aren't any proofs to justify his claims over the congressman's. Of course, to a man like me who has no interest in politics, it beats me why the politician would even meet up with Kim in the first place, but no, it is what it is. Let's try to keep our focus on the facts that are available to us. So here's a fact. Kim recently joined the United Future Party's special task force for the Nth Room incident, and on his Instagram he announced that he will participate in one press conference a day with a picture of the press conference location and a message that says, "Don't worry, I'm Sang Kyo." Personally, I feel like this is a very cringy message and that I could never do something like calling myself a saint, but let's let this man do what he wants on his social media and instead look into what he said during the press conference. So to wrap up what Kim basically said, he has already notified the left-wing party politicians about the Nth Room situation before, but apparently they didn't listen to him, especially after he notified them that he won't participate in their political campaign to damage the Conservative Party by linking them with the Burning Sun scandal. He also mentions that he's afraid of what's going to happen if these people are voted again into office during the next general election, which happens to be about a week away now. And I mean, I don't know what you guys are thinking about this entire situation, but personally I'm kind of sad to see this entire case being dragged into politics, like with any other incident that should have been handled by the justice system and the justice system only, instead of being dragged into political campaigns of various parties. But yes, this is how far this entire case has progressed. And after hearing everything up to this point, some of you may be suspicious that Kim is using his short-lived fame during the Burning Sun scandal to enter politics, or maybe just use it for his personal political stance. Or you may just think that Kim is a really aggressive guy when it comes to publicizing and getting rid of issues like this, as he's trying to portray to his followers. But whatever your opinion is, I think it's very important to know all the details of the situation before jumping to conclusions. Going back to the main topic, I don't know what Kim has up his sleeves that he's building up so much attention on his social media, but if it helps get rid of crimes similar to this Nth Room issue, and or if it helps all the criminals involved in this chat room to get the punishments they deserve, I'm all for it. All these worthless people who participated in ruining the lives of all these victims don't deserve any pity. So I think for the next few weeks, I think it's going to be interesting following this man, especially now that he has announced that he'll be holding one press conference a day. If he's holding so many press conferences, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of information that he's going to share with us. So that's it for today. If you managed to watch this video up to this point, congratulations. So now share some of your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.